everybody, and welcome to my review of Jojo Rabbit, a new film written and directed by Taika Waititi, and it's a film that's gained a little bit of controversy because of its subject matter. This film is set towards the end of World War II, and it's about a kid named Johannes, aka Jojo. He's a 10-year-old boy who is obsessed with getting into the Hitler Youth, and he fantasizes about it so much that he even has Adolf Hitler as an imaginary friend, played by Taika Waititi. Yeah, a Kiwi guy playing Hitler. Why not? So Jojo lives at home with his mum, played by Scarlett Johansson, and throughout the story he discovers that there is actually a young Jewish girl hidden in a wall. And upon this discovery, he comes to question things about his whole loyalty to the Nazi party. He discovers things about his mum, and it comes down to his choice between like his fanatical belief in the whole Nazi ideology or doing what's right. Because in becoming friends with this Jewish girl, he actually realizes, of course, that she's not a horned, bat-winged monster demon that he's led to believe. And yeah, so this movie, I mean, it's being marketed as an anti-hate satire, and it really is. This movie made me feel so goddamn much by the end of it. So look, Taika Waititi is just one of these guys that can pretty much do no wrong these days. After Thor Ragnarok, he gained a hell of a lot of popularity on the internet, etc. People started rediscovering or discovering a lot of his earlier films like Hunt for the Wilder People. And yeah, he's kind of like the golden boy of Hollywood at the moment. But this film is his masterpiece. This film is absolutely extraordinary. I went into it knowing nothing. I had not seen a trailer for it. I don't know why. When the trailer came out, everyone was raving about it, and I just never got around to seeing it. I hadn't seen any reviews. I didn't know anything about the plot other than it had something to do with the Hitler Youth. But yeah, I kind of like going into it blind because this movie, it surprised me in so many ways. It is a perfect mixture of dark comedy. It's quite disturbing in some parts. Like, there are some scenes that were shocking, like really eye-openingly shocking. It's sweet, it's heartwarming, it's heart-wrenching, it's just so many things. This movie was absolute cinematic perfection. Now, it's hard to really judge the performances in the film and stuff. Look, it's not historically accurate. Of course it's not. There are critics out there who are saying, oh, this movie, this actually happened in real life and stuff. Come on! Like, it's meant to be a dark comedy. Like, everyone is overacting or underacting or, I don't know, they're just doing their thing. But it was perfect for the context of the film. I mean, for instance, some of the accents, the German accents on people, are terrible. Look, the main kid, Roman Griffin Davis, who I was gobsmacked to learn this is his acting debut, it's his first film. His accent was shit. Like, it really was. His best friend, the little fat kid with glasses, whose name I don't know, was he even trying to do an accent? But in the confines of this story, in this thing that has come out of Taika Waititi's head, and I know it was based on a book, but, he made this movie, it works. And I also thought Thomasin McKenzie as Elsa, the Jewish girl, she was phenomenal. She's a New Zealand actress, but she was really, really good. She really was kind of the emotional core. Well, both Scarlett Johansson and her were the emotional core of this film, in teaching Jojo how to actually live his life. She was great. Everyone was great. There was so many good actors in this film as well. Aside from Scarlett Johansson, Taika Waititi, there was Sam Rockwell was in it, and yeah, his character was great. He was a sort of a Nazi senior who had some secrets of his own. Rebel Wilson is in this. I'm not a huge Rebel Wilson fan. I don't dislike her. I'm just kind of on the fence about her, but she was fantastic in this film. Also, Stephen Merchant was in this movie as a Gestapo leader, and he was really intimidating. Like, he was perfectly cast. This guy is like 9 feet tall, thin as a rake, and just had that smugness to him in his smile and stuff. And yeah, the scenes that he was in, he really did a great job. And this film just looks so good. Not so much like in the shots, like the photography, but the framing and some of the ways that the camera was moved and stuff. Yeah, it was really good, complemented perfectly by a really great score by Michael Giacchino. I just love this movie so much. By the end of it, yeah, I cried a couple of times in the film as well. It is an absolute tearjerker. There's no spoilers, of course. There is a scene in the film that was heart-wrenchingly sad, but by the end of the film, yeah, you just get that warm, fuzzy feeling. It's a movie that there are so many themes buried in it. There are themes, of course, of tolerance and love for each other and how no human being is different and we shouldn't look at each other differently. But there's also a really solid message of hope in there as well, that no matter how bad things can get in life, you know, there is always hope. There is always some way of getting out of bad situations. So look, I really strongly recommend going to see this film. Yeah, I don't think that the subject matter was done in a distasteful kind of way, as a lot of people are saying. Like, some people are saying, how can they make fun of the Holocaust and everything? But they're not. I think these people are missing the message of the film. They're not glorifying it. They're not saying anything like that. They are saying this is a really shitty thing that happened in history by really bad people. Like, they're not sugarcoating anything. And I don't think they were mocking it any sort of way. They weren't making light of the situation. Like, yeah, the movie is a dark comedy, but I don't think they disrespected anyone who went through this tragedy or was affected by it in any sort of way. So needless to say, I am definitely buying this movie on Blu-ray the day it comes out. Look, I'm also, man, you know, for this whole year, Fighting With My Family has been my number 1 film, and I've now got to seriously consider, like, that's how good Jojo Rabbit is. It really made me feel something. It's easily going to be in my top 3 for this year, and without question, I'm giving Jojo Rabbit a 10 out of 10. And over to you guys. I would love to know what you guys thought of this film. Like, there are some people out there who aren't liking it. I saw on Rotten Tomatoes, like, I thought it would be in the high 90s. It's actually currently on a 79%, which really surprises me. So, yeah, if you guys didn't like it, let me know why. I'd love to hear some thoughts on it. So, as always, fire away. Drop me some comments either here, Facebook, or Twitter. All the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies, and I would love to talk about movies with you. Catch you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.